Ready?
Hello, everybody. This is DC Richards and
Party on, Wayne.
Tony the Tiger. Party on, Garth.
Just kidding.
And I actually watched that movie earlier today. That's kind of funny. We're doing a review today on the Rocker. So we're gonna play you the trailer and tell us our opinions on that and go from there. So here we go.
I got it turned up. But there's no sound.
The only way he'd ever get to go.
I swear, if you don't stop annoying me, I'm gonna shave your head in your sleep.
And still be the pretty child.
I love that line.
I kinda got suspended from school and I can't play prom. Let's start looking for a new drummer. I could ask my uncle. 20 years ago, he was an original member of the hottest band in the world. They want you to replace Fish. Fish land on his feet, right? You're the man, man. Start the band. It's awesome.
What I love is that's Bradley Cooper. That's been the the guy who plays Rocket in Guardians of the Galaxy. And of course that's Dwight from The Office.
No, I will not buy beer for you and your friends, nor will I write you my password to porn sites.
I was just wondering if you'd play the drums with us, just for one night. This gig is the closest I'm ever gonna get to ladies.
You're looking to score. I can respect that.
I'm waiting for the day that you dress like that at a show.
Shouldn't be going
Like
on.
that?
Like him.
I don't know about that.
I dress more like the guy on the guitar.
ADD just landed itself a new drummer.
I have a way that we can practice.
Mic check. This thing on? It's not a microphone, Uncle Ron. It's a camera. It's not a mic. I can hear you. I'm gonna take a little noodle break.
Okay, the problem I have with this part right here is that the drummer has no headphones, so it's got to be hard to be able to tell what's going on.
Okay, but remember,
They can probably easily hear what's going on because their speakers. Nobody has headphones on here. I mean, maybe she
well,
does.
no. Remember, he gives them the microphone, but he's trying to talk into the camera. It's one of those cameras that picks up the sound.
Yeah, I see that, but how is he able? So the drummer has to have the song memorized for this scene.
Right, because he can't hear
because
them.
he can't hear them at all while he's playing.
Right.
So it is possible, but I mean, put on some headphones, man.
Try and make it more authentic.
Well, you could. I mean,
Dude, the naked drummer is huge.
That dude's a Nimrod.
You know what that sound is? That's the sound of the money truck backing up to your front door, Hoss.
This summer,
We're hitting the road. Midwest tour. You heard me, Curly Sue.
my mom's not going.
well, when I drum, I like to hear what I'm playing to.
I guess for me, it's always been more about the music. Now, music definitely plays an important part.
He's sloppy and stupid and he's full of life.
20th Century Fox presents a comedy for the rock star.
Hi.
Let the games begin.
And yeah, I'm gonna make me a shirt that says ADD on it like that.
Did you just sneeze on my face?
That wasn't me.
Okay, so
There's another part where she's like, "Do you sleep with your eyes open?"
yeah, he's got his eyes open. Matt, are you sleeping with your eyes open? He's like, no, okay, what's wrong?
And then when he goes back to sleep, he just doesn't close them at all.
Okay, so the story about this movie is about a guy who gets left behind while his band goes famous. It was actually based off of Pete Best, the guy who played the drums for the Beatles.
Okay.
And he's actually in the movie, but you would never know because nobody knows what Pete Best looks like now.
Well, yeah, and it doesn't say like based on a true story, but
Yeah.
you kind of just know, being a musician, that this is sort of happens to people. Like,
all the time.
yeah,
The interesting thing about this movie is I saw it, and about the time that I saw this movie, my buddy Brad, who passed away, he was actually trying to get me into The Office, and I just wasn't interested in it. So he talks me into who Dwight was, and actually I saw this before I ever saw that, so I really saw it without having seen Dwight in anything with the glasses and in The Office, and arguing with Jim and whatnot. And I saw this dude who had the goofiest looking face playing the drums, and he played basically. I mean, honestly, he reminded me of Rick Allen from Def Leppard, which I thought was kind of funny. But
This guy?
yeah, Dwight, yeah, Rainn Wilson.
Okay.
But my buddy kept raving, "Oh, Rainn Wilson's cool. He plays the drums for real in this movie." And I watched the movie, and it's very. I mean, it's very cool. I really have always liked it. What I really was surprised by is that there's a lot of songs that I like in this movie. I actually really like the music, especially "Tomorrow Never Comes." I actually bought the soundtrack, and I was checking out this kid Teddy Geiger when he came out, and I was really kind of surprised at how much I liked the music. But the story was just fun. I mean, I didn't expect it to be like an Oscar, but it was still a fun show.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorite music type movies, but it's still, I still come back to it every once in a while and watch it. Just when there's nothing else to watch, you know, or
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Or you know, if I haven't seen it for a while, I might probably search for it.
What kills me is when you get to this part right here, though, when they're doing this part with the, you know, he's like trying to do he's trying to do this rock star life, and all these bad things keep happening to him.
They end up making it off of this recording because it gets passed out to several people online, and everyone sees the naked drummer. So
you know what's funny is this chick has been in a lot of movies. Emma Stone. I think I've seen him in one other movie, and oddly enough, he turned into a chick. So he's a transgender now.
wow.
And of course, you know, Dwight's from The Office. But the funny thing about this is, you know, YouTube.
Is that a microphone, Uncle Ron?
They get famous from YouTube. See, he's got a mic right there. But
Yeah.
they get famous from YouTube from him being naked on there as a naked drummer. And the funny thing about it was, on YouTube, you'd never see a dude drumming naked.
Right.
So it's total bullshit. But
I'm gonna take a little noodle.
I mean, like right there.
Hello,
I think it's funny because when they get ready to practice, they're like, "Okay, tomorrow never comes," and they're like, and he's like 1, 2, like counting off the things on his naked body, and like Emma Stone out of everybody's just all tripped out because she's like, "Oh, you guys seen this?" And the guys are just like, "Okay, oh wow, okay, we're ready to go." And more, and she's the only one complaining. So the sister does this, and then that's when this dude was a Nimrod. All through the movie, he's like taking a piss. Like he calls him on the phone, put me on shout, yo, and he's like taking a piss, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in a lot of pain, I gotta go."
Well, okay. What do you think of the kids? Who really did the songwriting? Though? That's the thing.
Teddy Geiger actually he sings all the songs, so he's a real musician. So you actually have.
Well, I mean the songwriting for this band.
See now, he's fictionally supposed to be this kid here,
right.
but they actually had somebody write it, so they had a bunch of people write them. However, the writers
That's
are good.
lame, man.
It is,
you should
and
be
I
able
agree.
to, if you're gonna play this spot, you should be able to freaking write your spot, man. That's
Exactly.
That's kind of what I think. I mean, it would suck to have to play what somebody else wrote if you have like good songs and everything. I mean,
Right.
I could see this happening if you didn't have anything to show, you know. But
Right. Well, you know, the
I'd
funny
be
thing
disappointed.
is, he actually had an album out, and he actually had a hit single out and all
Okay.
that. So I don't understand why they just didn't use one of that. I think what they were trying to do when they had his music wrote for the movie is they were trying to write songs in regards to his character, which in the show he had a father who abandoned him. If you listen to one of the songs, I think in it the song goes, it's called "Falling Down," and in the beginning he's like, the lyric of the song goes, "Backyard games were never the same. I left my girl," or no, he says, I saw a picture of you, and I had a guitar, but I don't want to be who you are." You know, just stuff along those lines. Like he was writing to his dad, and the character is that he's like they joke about that him being the, you know, kid whose father abandoned him, so he has abandonment issues basically. And it's funny because they're all describing each other, and she says, "Well, I'm the cool goth kid. He's the keyboarding cyber nerd, the crazy face drummer." And
have you seen Whiplash?
Oh yeah, I have. I'm the one that told you about that.
My mom's not gonna let me.
Well, I'm not sure if you were, or if it was.
Yep.
It was Susan.
No.
You did?
The only reason I told you that is because it was a movie I saw at the Sundance when we talked about it. Because we were getting into drum, or it was when I was getting into drums bigger time when we first started. And I told you I had to see
Yeah,
it.
that one's one of my favorites. And then then there's like Sid and Nancy. I'd like to watch that one every once in
Parents
a
for
while.
permission to rock.
So you know, this one's on sort of that lower tier for me. You know,
Yeah.
for
I don't mind it. I like it. It's funny. I think I like the music the
there's
most.
Almost Famous. There's like the Woodstock movie. There's
Almost Famous to me is kind of one of those movies where I was like, that's okay. But you know, the thing that kind of I think
yeah. See, I would put this above that one.
the reason
know.
I would put this above that one is because the music is original. It's actually, I mean, it may have been written for somebody, but it's
Yeah.
all original on a fictional band. Kind of like That Thing You Do. I mean, that song
That's
was
a good one too.
that song was totally original, and it could have
Pick
existed.
of Destiny was like all original. Like
Oh yeah.
they got to totally do their thing on like everything pretty much.
See, and another music movie that I like that nobody really ever talks about is Eddie and the Cruisers. We got to do one on that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Eddie and the Cruisers and Eddie and the Cruisers
That
Part
one's
2.
above this one for me.
Yeah, definitely me too. I mean, I
Yeah.
love that show. Well, this one for me, like I said, is just one of those ones that, I mean, it's got its funny points. I mean, like I was saying, I mean, like, he's doing all this and, like, right here.
Yeah, okay. Thing about I mean, tours aren't always like breaking things and stuff. I mean, the last thing I broke on a tour was a chair by accident, and it was like the arm off of a chair. That was, I mean, I never go smashing hotel rooms, you know.
Well, you know what's funny about this is he's like, they're in jail. They're not even,
I guess people did it a lot more back.
they did it more in the
Then?
70s, and
Yeah.
because Joe Walsh was bad at it. Like, there's even a video where he's filming it and they gave him a chainsaw for like his birthday just so he can go and script a room. I'm
Wow.
like, really? Jeez. But you know, the funny thing about it is they're in jail right here, and he's like, why are you so sad? And he's like, I wish my dad was out there, hopefully listening to my music or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, you guys made bail, and he's like, yes, the fans and the rock and roll. Like he's actually like, it's because the fans got him
I
out.
think he says the power of rock.
power
or
of rock,
something
yeah.
like that.
More about music. No, music definitely plays an important part.
See, and the funny thing about it is he gets to a point where he finally sees these guys again who basically left him in the lurch. Honestly, he's like,
Right.
if it would have been a week ago, I would have peeled your skin off your face and had me a
And then they
face
end up
sandwich.
lip syncing. I
Yeah.
don't want to spoil the movie for you. If you
Spoiler
haven't seen
alert.
it. But you know, we're talking about it, so
But the funny thing is what I would have done and what I would have wrote in this movie is it really wasn't the band. In reality, they did leave him behind, but it really wasn't the band that screwed him over. It was their manager. So if anything, I would have had, you know, Fish go up to the manager and just straight up punch him in the face. And then he would have been like, you know what, that satisfied my...
Yeah, but the band still said yes to the deal, you know. I mean,
Well, yeah, and that's true too. But you know, if any real, I mean, if it was a real manager, he would have been looking out for his band. I mean, of course, he was only thinking about himself. I mean, because he's still there with them, making money off of them. You know, he's not thinking about anything other than the deal he's going to get too. That's the thing that's sad about it.
yeah.
So basically, he gets to prominence with his nephew's band and gets to live the lifestyle he wanted to live 20 years earlier.
Well, yeah.
Sloppy.
Have you ever seen
20th Century
Pray for Rock and Roll?
A comedy for the
Pray for rock and roll.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't think I have.
That one's badass.
I'd have to
man.
check that one out.
It's like a all chick band, and one of them's like a teacher, and you know, it's a really good one. I'd put that one above this one, but it's Pray for Rock and Roll. That's another one. And in the movie, she's just like, because she never gets to like make it big, but by the end of the show, she's just like, well, I'm still here, you know, kicking ass, playing clubs, and I might not be a rock star, but I'm still, you know, on stage doing it. So
Yeah.
for some people, that's just what happens, you know.
That's true, and it's like Ricky and the Flash. It wasn't the greatest movie, but it was still kind of fun to watch. You know, she still goes out and club. I mean, it was basically.
Oh yeah, I liked that one. I think I saw that at the drive-in.
Yeah, Ricky, Meryl Streep actually was in that, and Rick Springfield plays her boyfriend. You know, I like Rick Springfield.
I've only seen it once though, so
Yeah?
I gotta see it again. That's one I want to see again.
I love that part. That's so great. He's like,
Yeah.
He goes in and he's like, whoa, the control booth.
Yeah,
it's like
like-
a big board with all the
The-
autonomous switches that I don't even know what the hell they do.
The control board.
And then he puts his headphones on and he scoots.
The giant headphones. That's how he does it, and then it's pretty funny.
What kills me though, man, I think the one thing that cracked me up though, that guy, like, seriously, through the whole movie, the manager of the band, you know, what's that, man? It's the money train backing up to your door, Ross. He's like, what's this? Beep, beep, beep. He's like, what's that noise? I don't know, you're a lunatic, man. You're lost your effing mind. I don't know what you're talking about. And they're just looking at him like, and then he's like, what do you think, Norm from Cheers? And I don't think anybody got that joke, but the guy that plays the dad is actually Norm from Cheers' nephew. So that's why he said that joke. But like nobody younger than you is gonna get that joke. And this was made in 2006.
Yeah.
Cheers hasn't been on the air for like what 20 years at that point. I was laughing at that, and I'm like, why the hell did he say that? So then I watched the movie with the commentary on, which I do a lot because I like to hear when they get the actors to talk about it. It's nice, and I like that because it's really important for them to interact with the audience. Because sometimes it's fun because then they can be like, you know, that guy over there, he was drinking a Slurpee and then he was smoking a cigarette, and I swear that dude was there all day. You know, make up a story like that, make it sound funny. But yeah, whenever they do the commentaries, it's just fun to listen. And he says, yeah, that dude is actually Norm from Cheers' nephew, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense now. But yeah, I mean,
I've never even heard of that show.
yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Did you just sneeze on my face?
That wasn't me.
What kills me is that nephew goes up to, or some girl comes up and has him sign her boobs, and he's like, wow, you're really proportioned. I was like, what? So here's another scene from this movie.
I promise in 2 days.
And they're trying to, oh man, I fast forwarded. Hold up. Technical difficulties. Hold on. This is, I'm going to ruin it for you now. One of these days we'll figure out how to do this.
Not for us, it's not.
You know what? Last
It's
name
gone.
says
There you
he
go.
wants to play some crappy school dance on.
I do, and so do you. I could ask my uncle.
I don't think we're that desperate.
Desperate? He was an original member of Vesuvius. I'll bet he can still play.
Yeah, but he's ancient. Let's not look for a new drummer.
What? Who's that remind you of? Who's that remind
It
you of?
reminds me of the drummer from Blink-182, actually.
This right here is funny.
But
Well,
like,
wait, hold on.
obviously he's not as good.
Yo, am I in?
Yo, so
this
am I
dude
in.
cracks me. This is exactly what music is like now. He's like, what? He's
Yeah,
like, there's a
this-
disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
He's pissed. I'm sorry, that's me. I'm gonna do that if I see some kid messing with one of those.
Man.
He plugs it. Turn this noise off.
Sorry, Uncle Rob, will be playing too loud?
Too loud is not in my vocabulary.
Excuse me?
How dare you call yourself a musician?
Loads of bands use drum loops.
Loads of elevators play Celine Dion. Doesn't make it right. Get your devil box out of here.
Your devil box.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. I swear he would have whipped his ass if he'd have stuck around. My work here is done. He grabs his ass watch.
So there was.
Oh God.
Got it. There was a day that Cameron he was over when he was living with me. I had a guy living with me, and he was into death metal, and he was playing it one morning, and I just kicked down my bedroom door right through the door and freaking yelled at him like, turn it off. My entire door just.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
This is funny. You'll like this. So he's playing with him for the first time. He's never played.
Yeah.
Watch how good he plays. That's the song I was talking about. See, she's actually catching that he can play.
Yeah. before the show, he's like, I don't practice. I just go on stage and do it.
That's the face he's making.
I'm pretty good at that too, like just improv.
When I feel like I can get good like that with a guitar, I'll be fine. But the drums I can improvise too. But it's funny because when he walks there, he's walking down the aisle like in that outfit that I showed you, and he's just walking, and he's got like laminated backstage passes for everybody he's giving out. He's like, "What are these?" And he's like, "We're on in like 10 seconds." He's like, "You know the song?" She's like, "Wait, we're headlining. We're not supposed to be on until like 11." And the girl looks at him and she's like, "This is the prom."
Yeah.
But he's like, "Get it on the finger," going like he has this ritual, and then he pukes in his hand and he sticks it in his pocket.
I like to rock the pocket and puke. That's what he says.
So it's pretty funny. So the end of this video, he gets to a point where they're singing that song from Peter Gabriel. I can't remember what the hell it's called.
The slower one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's got some serious lag on it.
That's because you messed with it.
I think that's the video. I don't think that's... Yeah, that's the video. Because I think I watched it the other day, and it was spazzing out too. But, yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm amazed there's actually not a band called ADD.
I may have heard the title before watching the movie in some band somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, California.
It would have been interesting.
But I don't know, I'm thinking that's all we got for this video.
Yeah, that's all we got. What I want to do is I want to bring up our YouTube page.
Okay.
Our current YouTube page so everybody can see it. Just because there's been some changes in Outside of Society, and we have a brand new page that I want everybody to subscribe to. Let me try not to talk and do shit at the same time. Hold on. We're definitely trying to get some more subscribers to this page. So if you can, come on.
Yeah, our old page got stolen pretty much, so we had to start a new one.
There were some irreconcilable differences, but when you look for outside of society, I want you to look for this image here. So this will be our new page right now. We'll start adding more videos to it. Look for this logo when you look for us. This is our current / original logo with this nice little picture of David when he was a child.
Yeah, we have more videos. We just haven't posted them yet.
When we crash landed in Roswell, New Mexico, we looked like this, and we came to Utah, and we turned into us. We look like he looks like him. I look like me. Sometimes he looks like me, and I look like him. We trade places every once in a while. But we have some videos on here right now, and a lot of them are ones that we've done before. But we'll have some new ones up pretty soon. Also, check out our Facebook page, which I'll bring up real quick. This way everybody can see. Please subscribe to Outside of Society on YouTube, and please come to Facebook and like us and follow us if you would. It'd be greatly appreciated. Now, it'll be a logo just like the bullet that you saw. It'll have a nice little awesome alien face in it. Right here. Not the first one, but the second one.
Yeah, we had to start over on Facebook as well.
We're starting over from scratch. So
maybe get that out there.
This nice beautiful logo here is our new logo. And this wonderful picture here is our containment area picture that I did that I thought would be pretty cool. There's also a nice little description down here, but we're at Outside of Society 19, so that's Outside of Society 19. And this beautiful picture will come up as soon as the internet starts to agree with us. If you could, please like our page. See if you can get at least 1 or 2 people to subscribe. We're trying to get to at least 1,500 likes. So if you see this, then you know you're in the right spot. There are links to both our YouTube page and DC Richards'
my page as well.
And we're going to have these wonderful reviews at the end of every one of the, once a week. We'll do a movie review and we'll do a music review. You have anything left you want to say?
Twice a week if we can, or if we feel like it.
We'll do some fun stuff for you to make it interesting.
I've done 3 in one day almost, but yeah. We appreciate you joining in with us today. and thank you for watching. This is DC and Tony the Tiger checking out. Have a nice day.
See you later.